Run your tongue across your teeth right now. Smooth, clean, cared for. Now here's something that should genuinely unsettle you. For hundreds of thousands of years, your ancestors did none of that. No toothbrush, no toothpaste, no dentist. And yet, when scientists examine ancient skulls, they find something almost impossible to believe. Rows of strong, straight teeth. Barely a cavity among them. People who never brushed once in their lives had healthier mouths than most people do today. That fact alone should make you ask, what did they know that we don't? We picture ancient people with rotting, blackened teeth, filthy mouths to match their hard lives. It feels obvious. No dentistry, so surely disaster. But the skulls themselves destroy that image. Remains from deep in the human past show clean, low-decay teeth, ground flat with use but rarely riddled with holes. The uncomfortable truth, tooth decay as we know it is not some ancient curse. It is, overwhelmingly, a modern problem. So if they weren't brushing, what on earth was protecting their teeth? The first answer is the one nobody wants to hear. It was what they didn't eat. The bacteria that cause cavities have one love: sugar and processed starch. Feed them a steady stream and they produce the acid that drills holes in your enamel. Ancient hunter-gatherers gave those bacteria almost nothing to work with. Studies of pre-agricultural skulls show cavity rates as low as 1 to 5% compared to 90% or more in modern populations in some countries. Their food was meat, fish, roots, nuts, wild vegetables, tough, fibrous, almost no simple sugars. Starve the bacteria and they can't wreck your mouth. Their teeth stayed clean, not because they scrubbed them, but because they never coated them in fuel for decay in the first place. But here's something even more interesting. Their food didn't just fail to harm their teeth, it actively cleaned them. Think about chewing tough, gritty, fibrous wild food, raw plants, sinewy meat, hard roots. Every meal scraped and scoured the surface of the teeth as they ate, wiping away the bacterial film before it could set. Their diet was its own toothbrush. We've made our food so soft it slides over our teeth and clings. Theirs demanded real chewing, and that chewing kept their mouths clean as a side effect of simply eating. And that hard chewing, it was doing something else entirely, something that explains a problem millions of people face today. Crooked teeth and crowded mouths are largely a modern condition. When scientists look at ancient jaws, they find wide, well-developed jawbones with room for every tooth, including the wisdom teeth that wreck so many modern mouths. Why? Because a jaw grows in response to use. A childhood spent chewing tough food built big, strong, roomy jaws. Our soft, modern diet means our jaws never get that workout, so they grow smaller and narrower, and the teeth no longer fit. The crowding, the impacted wisdom teeth, the need for braces, much of it traces back to the fact that we simply don't chew hard enough anymore. And they weren't entirely hands-off either. Archaeologists have found tiny grooves worn into ancient teeth, exactly the shape left by repeatedly working a thin stick between them. The world's first toothpicks, used hundreds of thousands of years ago. People across the world chewed fibrous twigs that frayed into natural brushes and released cleaning compounds. They understood, in their own way, that the mouth needed care. They just had far less damage to fight in the first place. So why did it all fall apart? The same villain that keeps appearing in the human story, the shift in how we eat. When humans took up farming, the diet narrowed onto soft, starchy grains, and tooth decay exploded in the archaeological record almost overnight. Skulls from early farming communities suddenly showed the cavities that were rare before. Then came refined sugar and processed food, and the damage went into overdrive. We didn't invent dentistry because we finally fixed a problem our ancestors had. We invented it because we changed our diet so drastically that we created a level of destruction they almost never faced, and then had to build an entire industry to clean up the mess. So run your tongue across your teeth one more time. All that brushing, flossing, and drilling isn't us being more advanced. In a strange way, it's us frantically trying to undo the damage of a diet our ancestors never had. They kept their teeth healthy with the only tools that ever truly mattered: what they put in their mouths and how hard they had to work to eat it. You didn't invent healthy teeth. You inherited the blueprint from people who never owned a single dental tool and barely needed one, because the way they lived was guarding their smiles every single day without them ever having to think about it.